Good Wednesday evening, Mom, Marnie, Josh. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. We'll be getting into this in just a minute. Okay. Excuse me. All right. We're going to get going with a good story tonight. And let me do one thing here. Oop, there we go. Get ready. All right. So, we're talking about people that could have been vampires, possibly. Anyway. So, all right. Where is, there we go. Peekaboo. Here I am. Um, so we're going to be talking about some things I done this week too. I went to cemetery, did an investigation, and got some interesting things that came out of that. And I learned something from a spirit shared something, and I won't get into detail on that, but um, I learned something that spirits can share things with you that you didn't know about. So no, actually, I knew that. Joking, but no, this spirit told me something in the ghost tool that I didn't know about this particular case. So it's going to be interesting to see when I go back how much more information I can get from them. So that'll be cool. Caught up on the chat. There we go. So let's see. I want to hopefully do another investigation this week. Friday the 13th is coming up. So maybe Friday I can do something. We'll see. Hopefully. Face, how are you doing? And we'll be able to hopefully maybe I'll do some haunted dolls investigations. I hope. Let's see. Let me get that there. Okay, so this story we're going to be talking about tonight has to do with something that happened in Rhode Island. And what I want to do is give you all kind of a quick story of it. And there's also a longer version of this story, but what I might do is save it for a podcast for a later video drop. But we'll get kind of what like maybe cliff notes or something of it, whatever you want to call it, just a condensed version of something that happened in the 1800s in Rhode Island. So comment, guys. If you have any questions or anything, or want to have an input on this, or maybe it's something you've heard about before, just let me know. And let's get started on this. We got quite a few people in here right now. And this, as I said, happened in the 1800s, and it was in there was a New England area, and it was vampire craze going all over New England, all up north. And it said it was nothing like the Twilight movies, although I've never seen the Twilight movies, so I don't know much about those. But um, it says in the vampire scares were a bit too real. Not so real that it's supposed to be vampires, like people actually thought it was. I guess what they're trying to get at here, it wasn't like they actually saw a quote unquote vampire, but they were thinking these people were like vampires. And Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Vermont, in this areas, were suffering from outbreaks of tuberculosis called consumption at the time. They didn't know what tuberculosis was. They didn't have no idea what was going on. And it was its cause was still unknown at that time. Like I said, although people knew that once one family member got the disease, others were soon to follow. So they're thinking that this has to do with possibly a vampire situation because it couldn't. There was no answer to what was going on. and they had no idea, what tuberculosis was. The popular theory of the time was that the first infected member of the family was draining the life force from others in the family, as a sort of a living dead type situation. So maybe like like Night of the Living Dead or something like that. Those who died from consumption were exhumed and examined, and if their bodies seemed too fresh, it was assumed that they were still feeding off the living. So, unlike vampires who would go and bite your neck, do all that stuff like vampires would do, they thought if these people had not completely died in their mind 100%, that they were still consuming their family members. This story is weird, but it falls into the creepies that I've been doing lately. Um, there were a number of ways proposed to stop this feeding, vampire style feeding. The simplest and least gruesome was turning the body in its graves and so that it faces down the earth, so it's just upside down and it's in the ground. Others would burn the organs of the body. Sometimes this was combined with decapitating it. Some even believed that inhaling the smoke and ash from the burned organs would cure their tuberculosis or whatever they thought it was, the consumption back then. And then a story about Mercy Brown was perhaps the most infamous case ever. Her family did not agree that vampires were to blame for consumption and did not want her body exhumed. However, when the other villagers insisted her father do this, they wanted to check her body out. So in other words, so everybody in the village decided, hey, we're going to do this, and the family was outruled, right? Um, and it says when Mercy was dug up, her body showed signs of fresh blood. So in other words, she just is not completely, you know, in their mind, dead. So they think she's still alive. It had also turned seemingly by itself in its grave, and the villagers panicked. So something happened. So they buried her facing up, right? And then when they went and dug her up, they found that there was still blood in her body that had not, I guess, dried up in their mind. I'm assuming is what they're thinking. And it seemed to have turned upside down in its grave. Do I believe? I don't actually believe. I love vampire stuff. Don't get me wrong, face, but I don't actually believe in vampires really existing. At least not how movies portray it. I'm sure there's people who would, they put the false teeth in and do all those type of things. But as far as like way movies and books portray it, I don't really believe in that. Um, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Then they force. Okay, so we're going on. So in other words, they found her body was upside down, and anyway, they panicked and they burned the corpse. Now, this is where it's going to get kind of sickening in a way. Um, then they forced Mercy's brother, who was also sick. Of course, everybody was getting sick with this stuff, right? Tuberculosis. So then let's go back to this. Then they forced Mercy's brother, who was currently suffering from consumption, to drink. This is going to get a little sickening, but to drink the ashes. Although the villagers thought that it would cure his illness, the brother died anyway 2 months later. Some people suggested that Bram Stoker's Dracula character, Lucy, was based on Mercy. And that possibly could have been. But the thing was, they thought that when they burnt her, then they took the ashes and mixed them with water, that he could drink that and it would cure him. And it didn't. because they didn't know what tuberculosis was. But that right there is kind of a real sick part of this whole story. And like I said, what I'll do is there's a longer version of this, and I'm going to get into it in a podcast later on, in a recorded session, and then put it up later, closer to Halloween. But um, excuse me. But I've always been fascinated by uh, the vampires. I always felt like vampires were kind of a cool little, uh, whatever you want to call them, and I guess cryptics or whatever. I mean, people have different things, like, in the history books, but I've always found them very interesting that vampires are, just a unique character from books and movies and stuff like that. And then, of course, you can also see a live stream of Dracula's castle as well, over in Transylvania. I don't know if I can find that or not. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can maybe bring that up. I shouldn't get in trouble for that, but if I can just put it on here for just a second. But let me see. Let's see. I think it's still up. It was up here a while back. Yeah, there we go. And it's dark over there, I think. I like watching cameras from around the world. Just in Dracula's castles are really cool. Do a share screen here. Uh, Doing a little better this week than I was last week as far as um, getting things to work. Um, okay, so let's see. Oh, I always forget how to do this. Share screen. Okay, so let me okay, let me make it bigger. There you go. There you go. And you can pull that up on YouTube anywhere and look at it. I mean, it's live all the time, and really neat. Hang on just a second. Okay, so I'm back. And so there you go. There's Dracula's castle. Let me hop back off that and stop that. There we go. So cool, huh? I don't know if many of y'all seen that before. Um, It'd be cool to share that. I don't see no big deal with it. Uh, but it um, catch up on everything here. Right. So it's a neat story. Now, like I said, I'll do a full podcast on it. Marty actually came in a minute ago and found some more things about it and saying something to the effect of that they were thinking that her family members were leaving the grave And I'm gonna get into that story a lot more later on. That's really fascinating. That story is creepy and kind of sickening too, in a way. But so anybody got any questions or anything about vampires or whatever? We sure will cover them. Let's see. So I got a new video coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be doing it, and it'll be another cemetery video where I got the Spirit Talker app and interesting things that came through there. Y'all don't want to miss that. It was some cool stuff and kind of a cranky old man, I think, is what I encountered as far as the spirits went. So, but let me do this like I have been doing too, by the way, before I forget, and share this website, and y'all can go check it out if you like. There we go. Boom. So if y'all want to check it out and see what I've been reading, and uh, that also was a same site that I used the talked about the bandit that wouldn't give up. You know, the dead body that paraded around in circuses and stuff. It's really weird. That was an interesting story. But that's all on there too. And then the bigger part of that story of tonight's topic was is on there as well in a different link. Let me see. Let me actually click off that. There we go. Wondering why I was running slow there for a second. So, anybody doing anything this week? Anything going on? I know this is going to be kind of one of them short live streams, most likely. Um, what I can do, I do actually have some. Hang tight, guys. Just a second. Let me do something. Okay, so I got something here I want to try. It's one of the dolls we've not investigated in a bit. So I got her in the house. So we might see if she wants to try to light something up or whatnot. So should be able to do that. Okay, hopefully y'all be able to see her. There she is. She's right here. Got the K2 meter on her and everything. Um, Spirits, if you want to light that box up at any time, go right ahead. There's also a cat ball. If you want to light that up, should be able to see that with no problem. Let me get the Ghost Tool app running. Or Spirit Talker, I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, so Spirit Talker is loading up. We'll see what words we might get. Not done this in a while as far as anything in the home. Doing it so hopefully we'll get her to say something, or him, whichever's in that doll. You can talk to me, spirits, in this device. Light something up if you like. Well, hopefully you can see her fairly well. Let me lighten that up a little bit. There you go. You can see her a little better now. We'll see if we get any activity. Can you light one of those up? Can you try to at least? You can also speak right here in this device. Let me put that closer to where you can speak to it. All right, let's see, guys. If you got your Ghost Tool apps or anything going, let me know what words you get to. Village. Did you live in a village? Something had to do with a village. So we'll see. Can you tell me your name? Yes, Mercy did live in a village. That's right. Do you know the story about Mercy? Mercy, about her vampire situation? You don't have to be shy. You can speak. You've lit up stuff before. So the only word so far is village. He's who's here? Who are you talking about? Give me their name. Jason. Who's Jason? Is that who you are in that doll? Got relative and seek. Are you maybe they're kin? Is Jason like your brother or something? Then that was pretty quick too. He's here, and then the next word was Jason. So quarter, corridor. Team. You and Jason a team? Maybe let me know your name too, so I know the team's name. Both of you. I don't think the K2's lit up. Got tooth and card. And we were just talking about my grandson's teeth earlier. So apparently, maybe this doll and Jason is a team. Can you tell me what you did when you were alive? Got division, control. Standing behind me? Well, come around here and light something up. Agreement and Carol. Is your name Carol? Elevator is my next word. Notice, agreement. So is agreement between you guys? Welcome back, Face. Um, did you both die at the same time? Noise was you? You trying to make a noise? Got arm. If you can light something up there, that'd be good. You don't have to make noises necessarily, but you can light that box up or that ball. Attachment? No, you don't attach yourself to anything, but you can light that up. I mean, if you're already attached to that doll, that's fine. You can stay in that doll. It's been a long time since we've done anything with this doll. And the other doll, Lana, which is a much older doll, very, very fragile. She stays in here too in the house. All the rest of them are out in the shed. Um, I mean, I think we have like total of about 15 dolls total. We got elevator earlier. Did you die in an elevator? Something happened that way? I'm a little confused. Irish? Maybe they're Irish or something, or of an Irish descent. Colin. So your name. So you're tell me Colin. We got a few names now. But it did say earlier he is here. Then I said who, and it said Jason. So um, we got team. So maybe it was more than just a couple of them. Therapist is another word. Creep, yeah. We got a lot of dolls, man. I'm telling you, they creep a lot of people out. But this one I don't do a lot with. Um, I figure if we do some investigations here, we'll do this one in Alana from time to time if we do some in the house. Got user. Watch it. What am I watching? Got up and then quiet. Rest. You want to rest now? Okay, we can let you rest. Thank you for participating with us tonight. All right, let me. There's times when I get rest or stop or things like that. I'll do that because I don't know uh, if they're just not wanting to do anything again or what. Um, so I always try to respect that. There is times I do carry on with stuff if I really feel like I need to do that, but they may want to rest and not do it no more. Understandable. We'll let it go. And plus, I haven't investigated that doll in quite some time, and that's getting real bright. Okay, there we go. That's better. Yeah, watch. I see. I don't know. Maybe it was trying to do something. Maybe it's trying to light something up, and it just didn't have enough energy to do it. Possibly. The dolls out in the shed, they're just like energy just rages through there enough to where they can light the K2s up, the REM pods up, cat balls up, flashlights. And at night, when I leave the security camera going, um, I'll show you a live shot of what's going on outside, which is nothing right now because I've not seen any notifications in a bit. But when I'm, let me get, there we go. So I don't know how well y'all can see that, but that's what I see 24/7 right there. Well, that's a good shot of it. Jane's right there with the flashlight. I don't know where my fingers are. Jane is right there. That's Peyton. Then all the rest of them are up there. And Peyton's the biggest doll we got. Alana, who's in here, is pretty big too. But Jane's got a flashlight beside her, and occasionally it'll come on. They'll flash it. It'll come on and stay a bit. Whatever they want to do with it. But that's what I see when I'm looking out there all the time. And then when I start doing investigations out there, that's the setup. There's a mirror in behind Peyton behind that chair that I keep covered, and I just don't let any spirits run out of there. It is pretty active from what the other spirits have let me know of. So, but that's what I get, and like I say, occasionally I will get some notifications that they've lit a cat ball up, or like let's look and see, and it's a cat ball or it's a flashlight or something like that. Sometimes orbs, occasionally. It don't happen a lot. But I have left things like K2s out there before, and they don't last long because they have to stay on continuously, like that. So it's going to be, you know, on all night. It don't last on the batteries. Even with real good batteries like Duracell and all those, they just eventually go out pretty quick. So basically, all I leave is the flashlight for the most part, and sometimes the cat balls. But if you go back for anybody that's new to our channel, if you go back and look at some of our uh, short clip videos or YouTube shorts or whatever they're called, I have some of those up there that show the flashlights going off and cat ball and things like that. And then when I do investigations, pretty cool. Got Allie, find her, load, and Bell. But like I say, as far as the doll would, I've already put her up, or him, whoever's in that doll, and it said rest. A lot of times, I understand that rest means they don't want to do anything else. And we did get several words come through, so it's been helpful. But we'll definitely bring that one or Alana or both. We do them both at the same time. Got chair. You in that chair? Um, then it says behind me, and that's where it's freaky because you look around, you don't see anything, obviously. But you never know. I've had it happen in cemeteries too. I've been, like they'll say something like behind you or beside you or something. You never know. You never know where spirits are going to be at all ever. Um. So yeah, I'm looking at all these words like that's a lot of words that came through. Y'all got. I don't know what bail might mean. Don't know how they died, but wasn't it really interesting to get how it said he is here, and then I was, well, who, and it said Jason. So that was a real quick response. So that's always good. But now, if you're new to paranormal, one thing you got to remember is sometimes spirits need rest, and then they may try later, or you may not get nothing out of them the rest of the day, night, whatever. But you just got to respect that, and you'll see that in tomorrow's video. To as far as I had to respect that spirit that didn't want me in that area. But anyway, but do that. Respect them though. Respect. I mean, if they won't rest, if they say quit, if they say stop, or what, just there's there's been a few times where I've continued going because I feel like I really need to. I feel like the spirit's just trying to not say something for a reason. But a lot of times I do stop. Yeah, Jane's interesting. Jane, when we first got her, and and I opened her up out of that box. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was getting that day, and it was like a month before my birthday, so I got an early gift with her. And Marnie had ordered it, and anyway, the going foggy again. Um, anyway, when we oh, wait, come on. Anyway, we got there. It goes. So I opened it up, and Alexa, I ain't gonna say it loud because it's right next door. Um, just came on. It heard something, and I can't remember what it was. You have to go back and listen to the video and kind of have earbuds in or something where you can hear what it says. But it did, it clicked it right on. I mean, it was like from the very moment we unboxed that doll. But the good thing is about her though, she's never harmed anybody, never done anything to hurt anybody. She is one of those that I like to call a stubborn doll. We tried forever to get her to say her name in these apps or through the spirit boxes or whatever, and it was like 2 years before we ever got anything. Oh, thank you, Face. Appreciate that. We try, we try. But But yeah, it was 2 years before she ever said anything. It was like, finally, she's stubborn. There's a lot of times I'll ask her to turn a flashlight on, or light the cat ball up, or just what, and it's on her terms. It is definitely on her terms. So I kind of like let her be in charge out there, I guess you could say. So she's like runs the place, but I don't see. I hadn't had any notifications in a bit outside, so they're not really active right now. The thing is, I'm finding with the dolls is there's like slight activity here and there, and the camera will pick up something, and I can't see anything in it, but it'll be a movement, and I don't see a movement, so it's whatever picked up. But then there's times it gets really moving out there, and you'll see all these different things of like I say, the cat balls and the flashlight. And it'd be like days. It'll happen like almost and even during the daytime, day and night. I mean, spirits don't sleep; they're 24/7. So I'll get notifications that the flashlight went off at 1 o'clock in the day. Oh, thank you, Face. Appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I mean, spirits don't sleep, so I'll get notification. I mean, when they start doing that, it's like continuous, on and on and on, and then it'll stop and don't do nothing. It's but one day I want to have a museum. I put all these things in it. Now I'm planning on adding more stuff out there. Just not dolls, but anything. I mean, if there's a haunted jewelry box, if there's um, a whatever, a haunted book, or whatever, if I can prove that it's haunted by doing investigations, there's been a couple of things I've investigated in the past and never came up with anything, so I never added to the shed for with the haunted stuff. But all the dolls, except for there's a couple of dolls, and well, not dolls. Well, there's a bear that I have, or a monkey. I mean, I have in here, and I've investigated it multiple times. Ain't nothing goes on with it, and so I just leave them in here. So I mean, so like I said, there's times I investigate things and don't get anything, and if that's the case, I just put it up in the game room here and just leave it alone. Just play. I and this is not just my little office area, but I do gaming and stuff like that in here. I'll be doing podcasts for. I'll be doing a wrestling podcast here for long, and doing more of these like vampire story podcasts. And so anyway, if it's not haunted, it just hangs out in here in this room. So except for that doll, Raggedy Ann doll, and Alana, those two I don't take out. No, I don't really get scared of the dolls. I get a little not scared, but I get very what's a good word? I pay a lot of attention just in case because I don't know what I might be getting into with them. So I'm not really scared of them. I'm very attentive, or I guess is a word you can use. Once I figure out if they're bad or not, I mean, I've not come across any dolls or any objects. Like we got some Civil War stuff out there that in some books and things, and nothing's ever harmed me or hurt me in any way. So, um, in places I've gone to like Helen's Bridge and stuff, it's very very creepy. The haunted picnic area is it's even creepier than Helen's Bridge. And Marnie got a mark on her leg from that place, and I got real sick to my stomach at the picnic area one time. But about a mile down the road, I started feeling better, and I've been back since. But it's been a bit. Let's see, probably 2 years since I've been there though. But I went not too long after I got sick. We had a group of us go out there and do an investigation. So, but um, I think I get more upset and angry if something happens than I do scared. Like I'm like, get off, don't bother me, don't touch me, that type of stuff, which is what you should do. In face, you go into abandoned places and stuff, so you never know when you might. I don't know what you've encountered exactly. I've not been able to see all your videos, um, but you never know. And just exploring, when people go exploring without even doing paranormal, can have experiences. So just got to be on your guard from people and spirits, or in some cases, like at Riverside Cemetery, bears. So have to keep an eye out for bears. Which is why when I use the K2 meter, when I'm investigating, there's times you'll hear me say, I don't know if it went off or not. I have to go back and look because I'm keeping an eye on my surroundings. And so I have missed those things go off before because the K2 don't make a noise. The cat ball will last long enough to where I can see it. If the Ghost Tool app that I use, I had to have it turned up so I can hear it maybe changing words. And then like the Spirit Talker tonight we were using, you can hear that, so that's very good. The REM pod makes a noise, so if I'm using REM pod, I know when it goes off. Or the temperature gauge on the SB11. Never have. Well, that's good. That's good. I know people have encountered those, and not really. Of course, like I said, they're not even there to investigate paranormal wise. They're just there to look around. Which I think also is how some YouTubers got going into it. We did. We were just doing exploring places in our area here in North Carolina, and then we just found more and more haunted stuff. And since we already believed in the paranormal anyway, we just decided to flip the channel and go paranormal completely because we were doing both vlogging and paranormal investigations. So the paranormal part was doing much better than the exploring part. So that's why I switched to or flipped the channel completely to paranormal. And like I say, I do keep an eye on that shed. And anytime I do get stuff out there, by the way, guys, I try to put it up on X or Instagram or TikTok or all those things. Y'all can see it. So next time something happens out there, I'll definitely post it. It's just been a while. It happens. I can tell you there's been several times I've gone to, cemeteries or wherever, and I've gotten very little to nothing. And then there's times I go, I get a ton of stuff. But the one thing I will say is the more you go to places, the more you spend time there, the more spirits will eventually come through and you'll hear a lot from them. They get comfortable. Spirits, I mean, just like anybody else, I mean, once you get to knowing somebody you feel comfortable around, the more you're going to share with them, right? So, the same way with spirits. The more you get around them, the more they get to know you, the more they're going to share with you. Let the professionals do that. Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. There's a lot of people who do not want to get involved with that. There's Rob. What's happening? What's going on up in Michigan? Hope y'all are doing all right up there. Rob's got some cool videos come out recently. Yeah. If you don't want to get involved with the paranormal, I very much understand that. I knew about three different people I used to work with that had nothing at all to do with it. They wanted nothing at all to do with it. They'd ask me questions. They would, like pick my brain, I guess you could say, but they would have nothing at all to do with paranormal. Hey, everyday treasures in the house. Yeah, you're doing a lot of those celebrity stuff. That's cool, Rob. Hot Wheels things. That's all cool stuff. You got it going on. So yeah, they would pick my brain. And I understand when people say they don't want nothing to do with paranormal. I mean, they'll watch it, they'll enjoy it, but they don't want nothing to do with it. But what kind of like if you do it, just do it respectfully, though. I'm seeing so many people are not doing it respectfully, and they just make kind of a mockery of it for views and stuff, and I don't really care for that. Oh, okay, cool, Rob. Oh, cool, Rob. That's cool. Um, I'm not doing quite as much with TikTok as I used to. I need to start putting more videos up. I mean, I do okay with views on there, but the YouTube Shorts for me have gotten a little better than the TikTok Shorts, so that's why I kind of focused on doing more YouTube Shorts, at least for right now. I know I'm in the as paranormal investigators, we're in the peak season right now. This is our time till about early November, and then it starts tapering off. So I'm doing whatever I can. I know you all are too. Yeah, that's respectful. I mean, I understand it, Ace. I mean, everybody's got their what's that called niche, and you just got to know what you want to do, and just take off with it. And whatever it is, do whatever you find. I guess what I'm trying to say, whatever you find you like doing, just keep doing it. It'll eventually take off. Yeah, that's our focus, ain't it, Rob? Yeah, you're getting there. This, if you follow me on X, and you'll see like Rob, you'll see everybody, Treasure, everybody I tag, um, and stuff. And those are people I want you to go check out. That's why I do that. And if you've been on X for the last little bit, it's been kind of uh, a heated battle between some of the paranormal investigators. PBR, what's up? It's been one of those things where I think certain YouTubers calling out other ones for faking their stuff. So, um, you know, I have my theories and stuff on the fake stuff too. But I'm trying to keep everything I do positive and fun. Yep, yep. See, that's what you got, Rob. That's where you got going. Yeah, yeah. Well, and I'm respectful to people as far as like if you say, and I said this last week when people say they don't want to work with people who fake their videos and stuff. I respect that. If somebody goes on X and says, "I'll only work with people who fake," I respect that too, because you're at least letting people know where you stand regardless. So that's fine. And then it goes back and forth. You know, I mean, it's one thing to tell everybody where you stand and people respect it and say, "Okay, cool." But then it's the shouting arguments that really piss me off. Yeah, you might have to. You just gotta, you know, I mean, it's good to know where people stand. That's fine, but it's when the whole back and forth thing, and I think a lot of it is they think they're attacking the big YouTubers. And that's not necessarily true. A lot of them are just attacking any YouTuber. Me and Vodka had a pretty good discussion on that last week. So if you want to watch last week's live, you'll know where I stand on all that. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta. People will like you. They may not like you. They may whatever. I do videos for people who want to see them. You know, and I made a comment on X the other day about how I've looked at some of my people I've been subscribed to over the years, and of course, YouTube will unsubscribe you sometimes. And they tried to explain that to me on X the other day, and I'm like, okay, y'all are working on bugs apparently. But anyway, there's been a lot of people that were subscribed to. I've been doing this 6 years, so in that 6 year time, there's been a lot of people who have quit doing YouTube altogether. I mean, they've not put videos up in about 3 or 4 years. Oh, they're going to do that, Rob. They're going to leave comments like I get them too occasionally. I'm thankful to God that I don't get a lot of them, but those things do happen. We all do. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think AD was talking earlier today on X about that one person that comes in and dislikes his videos. It just let it ride, just let it go. I had it happen for over a couple of years or so. One person would come and dislike the video. I'm like, whatever, But then it stopped. It's like they don't do it no more. It's gone. And I think it's if you don't pay them any attention, eventually they're like, "Ah, the hell with it." They're gone. A little more smoke, Sergeant. Yeah. There's those people. And I don't like to call out names. I don't do that, but there are ones that do that. You know. And I think you're okay saying stuff like that as long as you don't start like commenting on your posts, like putting people's names in there. That's not right. But I mean, if you just say overall in general, you know, you don't like it or you don't or you do like it, you know, that's fine. And the ones that take the most offense to it, you're the ones that are actually doing it. So there's that. Make sure I didn't miss any comments. Yep, go with the flow. That's all you can do. Enjoy everything you can. Yeah. Oh, wait, that was a couple years ago, Rob. I'm sure you remember some of that stuff. Not that me and you were like in the middle of it, but we knew the YouTubers that were in the middle of all that bickering and fighting. We'll just say down in Florida, so we know that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. PPR. I'm gonna start changing batteries and stuff. You can see my blue is getting dim. So I want to start doing panels again, doing panel discussions, kind of like I did last week. So you know, keep that in mind. That's something I want to work on. And as soon as I'm good with knowing that bears are not going to be hanging out in the yard, I'll be going back out to the shed and doing some live investigations at night. So this time, the live stream, they're going to bounce back and forth. But maybe the bears are pretty much gone now. I hope. But I actually said that about 3 weeks ago, and that night that I said it, a mama and two cubs hopped up on my porch, and Marnie and I both were like, "What in the world?" Because we've actually not seen bears in our yard, but my mom lives up the hill from me. They see them, here and there. But I was like, well, maybe that's a sign not to go back out to the shed at night for a bit. We get raccoons and possums too, but I'm not really concerned about those. The bears I'd have to worry about. I'd almost have to light the yard up like daylight so I could see everything around me. Yeah, teddy bears. I wish it was teddy bears. Yep, I wish it was teddy bears. So for all you that just came in late, I was talking about a story about a vampire. Well, they thought that they were vampires, but people, it was really a slaughter of people, unfortunately, and how they did stuff. So go back and watch that. I'll be doing a podcast on it on the full thing, and but it's where. But I need to put Dracula's Castle. It's on a live stream up for a second. Yogi and Boo Boo. Yeah, I know. Wasn't Yogi and Boo Boo. Oh yes, they are. I've seen them quite a few times in different places in our area. How a teddy bear got its name? Yeah, I wish it was Yogi and Boo Boo. I go out there and eat a picnic basket with 'em. Teddy Roosevelt. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so that I definitely want to go back and do live streams out in the shed more. So, yep, Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, I think I have heard that before. Does sound familiar. Good old Ted E. Bear. So, I did mention too. I got a new video coming out tomorrow. So, keep an eye on that on X, and I'm not sure if I want to put it up just as a regular. Or I might do a premiere. I'm not really sure. What do you guys want? You want a premiere? If you want a premiere? I'll do it tomorrow night. Um, if that's what you guys want, just comment. Let me know if you want a premiere tomorrow night. Let's say probably about 9 Eastern. If I do a premiere, it's usually when I bring them about between 8:30 and 9 o'clock at night Eastern time. Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear's fine with me too. That'd be fine. Pooh Bear, Yogi, doesn't matter. Just not the bears I saw. I don't know if I still have that video or not. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, yeah, maybe I can do that then tomorrow. I'll I can get it switched over to a Premiere. I don't know where those bears were. Wait a minute, maybe it's in. Um, yeah, let's see. Let me scroll through here. I won't last long on this, but if I can find the bears, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I did put the clip up on X. Tay rubs, rubs. God, I forgot about that one. Put a cassette tape in his back. Uh, well, there's a groundhog. Show the picture of a groundhog like I had out in the yard. That's not the bear, obviously. What happened? Oh, there he goes. I don't know where I saved that video at. But anyway, there's a mama and two cubs. Oh, oh, thank you, Ace. Appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, too, yeah, and thank you for subscribing and telling everybody. And I do appreciate. I know um, that we've had like Rob's been around a long time and all that, and a lot of Chicago Bears. I'm not a big fan of the team, but I'd take it. But we're over 1,500, and once we hit 2,000, we're doing a giveaway. Um, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm actually excited. I can't wait because I love doing the giveaway. I did one at 1,000, and so yeah, once we do, we're doing a giveaway. I don't know. It'd be something paranormal though. I don't know what it's going to be, but it'd be something paranormal. Last time we gave away in Bama, I don't know if some of y'all may remember Bama. He won it, and he won the REM pod. Similar to what I've got, but it has one light on it instead of the 4 or 5 like mine does. Yep. Yeah, me and Roz been subscribed to each other for a long time. Um, but yeah, that it'd be something like a REM pod or something like that. It'd be something paranormal. And what I'll do is, yeah, Rob, I wish I knew. I have messaged him multiple times on Twitter and all that, tag him and stuff, and I don't know. I'm hoping he's okay. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Wish I knew. You need one. Well, it'd be something like that. It'd be like the REM pod. I mean, there's like K2s or things like that, but probably like a something like a REM pod, I guess. Um, not really 100% sure, but the last time I did a giveaway, we did one of those things where people were asking questions. I feel like something was on my neck. Spirits. Oh, you will, Ace. It takes well. It took us forever. It took us forever to get. And some people grow real fast, and some of us, like us, we take our time. It's conspiracy. Well, I think. Well, YouTube always unsubscribes those people that have been inactive for a while. So that happens. So keep that in mind. I mean, you'll. And the thing is, when you put new videos up, a lot of times they'll take a couple of subscribers away, then all of a sudden they pop right back. I don't really understand the deal with that, but I don't I don't worry about it. I'm like, I don't know, let me look. We're at 1,520. That's where we're at. And it took us so we started in our channel, we started uploading in August of 2017, and then it wasn't till I got the thing up here. It wasn't until December 31st, 2021 before we got our 1,000 subscribers. So it took us a while. But I got a little picture plaque up here. And once I hit 2,000, I'll take that out and put 2,000 in it. Because you don't get those beautiful little plaque things until you've hit like I think 100,000. Yep, thumbnails can. I've changed up mine over the years. Thumbnails can be good. Um, I don't recommend like clickbait stuff that uh, you can't produce. You know what I'm saying? People will clickbait and it will not be anything at all to do with their video. But if as long as you can, put in something that brings people in to see it, um, that's good. You know, I do have a video years ago, and it didn't get much views. That's because we were just starting doing YouTube. But I said I think I found Slender Man, and actually it wasn't a lie. I found a painting somebody had drew the Slender Man in it. So, it really wasn't. It was kind of a joke thing, but But I didn't lie. I did find a Slender Man picture. So I mean, you can use those things, and just whatever you can to intrigue your audience. You'll learn your audience, and you'll know what works. It just it takes time. It took us forever. My editing's gotten better over the years. I credit Rich, the Still One, for that, um, because I've watched a lot of things he's done and trying to mimic it in a way to because before I would just upload stuff and just whatever, you know. Now I got B footage in it with music, and they don't last. I used to make it last a lot longer. Now I kind of condensed that up, and so things like that. Good thumbnails, um, and you have to look for what's trending in whatever you're doing. And unfortunately for me, it's in paranormal, it's like demon and stuff, and I don't have any demon stuff. So anyway, it's those things are trending, but I have to use other titles like haunted cemetery, haunted dolls, whatever, and that does help. Yep, honest titles. You can kind of clickbait a little bit, and to a degree, as long as you can produce what you clickbait. It's like I said a while ago, people will clickbait things, and then you're like, that was never in your video. So yes, I mean you got to play with. I got honestly, we have this channel. I have X Factor TV vlogs and games that I'll be doing the wrestling stuff on. I had intentions of doing video games on it, but I just never have got a group of people to do that. And then I got CRX Paranormal Shorts, which I've not done in a while. And then me and Marnie have our channel here used to be Crossroads Explorers, and then we changed it to CRX Paranormal for short and added the paranormal. And then we got Crossroads Explorers Vlogs, which I've not done in a while either. So you're talking about like 4 channels or whatever. And Marnie had one, and she's not done with it in a long time. So it's fuck. What's up? Well, that's okay, Rob. I mean, you're going to produce what's in there, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you do a clickbait, at least whatever you're clickbaiting, produce it. You know, um, like when I say like, oh well, one like K2 goes crazy. Well, it does. If you see me say it's like the K2 just like flashing constantly, or those type of things will bring people in and say, oh wow, he must have had a ton of activity on that. So that's I mean, Ace, I mean, you'll get it. It took me forever to understand everything, and you'll get it. You'll get more comfortable in doing things. And it took me forever. I like filming and doing all that stuff, but I went back, and there's times I still go back and look at my old videos because I'm trying to research some old paranormal stuff we did, so that we can, if I go back to a place, I can say, "Oh yeah, I did get a name, or I did get this or that," and you can see the vast difference between 6 years ago and now. I wish my camera would stop doing that. Yep. Why is the camera doing that? Stop. There you go. That was a little better. Whatever. That camera's being funky again. There we go. Um, but yeah, I mean, just do the best you can. Don't try to rush anything. You never know when a video might take off and do good for you. Most of my Hillings bridges are the ones that do the best. And I've always said I'm a slow growth channel. It just takes some time. And I'm very thankful to have the 1,500 plus that I've got subscribed. Hey, bud, how are you? Yeah, yeah, it just takes time, you know. Um, a lot of the what I like to call our group, which is Rob's a part of. Um, we've all been together for the last 6 years, 5, 6 years roughly, and we've all grown in different ways. So some hit 1,000 quickly, some didn't, some just like me, just took my time, did the best I could. So there you go. See, well, I can see we all, and the thing is, and it's okay. And you know what? And I will say this: a slow growth is much better in a lot of ways than a fast growth because you get to know your people better. You get to know everybody in your chat better. You get to understand people. You get to talk with them a little better. And if they have channels, you can go check them out there. And if they don't, you can still get to know people. So, a fast growth, like if you had a fast growth, you'll miss a lot of people. And we've had people come and go in the last 6 years. Unfortunately, some have passed away. Some have just quit doing YouTube altogether. But it was always fun to get to know who know them. Um, so I mean, it's just learn your audience, learn your people, and know um, that you are trying to click with them. All right, PPR. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, you learn. I'll take a year off of live streams too. So, it's all right. It's okay to take a break as long as you're being consistent at something you're doing. Some people I've known to only do live streams. It's rare for them to put up, videos. So that's good too. Whatever works. You just got to do what you got to do. You learn it. And Rob is like us in a way because we started out doing one thing and then flipped into another thing, and he's done that too. So you just got to um, find what works for you. What you got to find something you enjoy doing, because if you're doing something you don't enjoy doing, not only are you not going to like doing it, but nobody's going to want to watch it. So yeah, yep. Rob and Buddy used to do a lot of stuff together too, and those videos were always fun to watch. I miss Buddy a lot. I really do. I didn't get to meet him personally, but just through the chats and through like Messenger and stuff like that, got to know him a little bit. So it was really cool. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, isn't it, Rob? Golly. Yeah, he was fun. His videos were always cool. And he was one that would, like I said before, would tell me, hey, you might want to try this on your video or whatever. And he didn't mind to give advice. It was good. And yeah, good guy. Good guy. I wish I could have met him. Well, all right, guys. I think I want to hop off here and call tonight. I appreciate everybody coming in and being a part of this. Like I say, if you missed the first part, just rewind, as we used to say. Rewind. But and check it out, and I'll do a podcast on the full story here soon, and I'll put it up. Yeah, y'all did. That was cool stuff. Buddy, he passed away. He got sick and passed away. Um, his channel was a traveling buddy. Good guy, fun guy to watch. Yeah, his channel's still up. As far as I know, I don't think anybody's going to take it down. So it'll be there if you want to go back and watch the old stuff. Um, but yeah, the traveling buddy, and he had a lot of good video. He had a lot of good, interesting places he went and showed and talked about. So he wasn't really paranormal or anything. He was more of a exploration, kind of like what you're doing, Ace, in a way. But that was his niche, I guess you could say. And yeah, yeah, he was good. He was funny. Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it, Rob? I think I remember you saying it or something. Yeah. Mm. All right, guys. So I'm going to call tonight. I appreciate everybody being here. We'll be doing this next Wednesday. I don't know if I'll be in here or the shed. We'll be doing one or the other. And anyway, so we're going to do that. And be looking for my video tomorrow. I'll premiere it since you guys would like to see that on a premiere. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Rob, for doing that. Yeah, you can click on that and go to his channel. And so tomorrow we'll premiere at about 9 p.m. I'll remind everybody on X if you follow us on X, and have the link there. You can click on it and go. And tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, we'll do it. But again, like I said, I appreciate everybody for being here. Tomorrow's video on Saturday, I got another video. Saturday at 10 o'clock. It's going to be it won't be a premiere, just be a pop up at 10 o'clock. And it'll be about last week's discussion, and we'll do that. Yep. Good night, everyone. Love y'all. Until next week. Bye.